All right. What we are here to do today is to, listen to some of the participants that have gone through our program and to see what they've been doing and how you can also get started. All right. So once again, my name is Damilola from Tenalytics, and I'd like to meet everybody here as well. So what I want you to do is to tell me your name and, of course, where you're joining us from. My name is Damilola. I'm joining from Lagos, Nigeria. I'd like to meet everybody here as well. So tell me your name and, of course, where you are joining us from. Okay, so let's keep it going in the chat. Tell me your name and, of course, where you are joining us from. I can't see anything from anybody yet. Your name, where you're joining us from. Let's go. Okay, testimony from Lagos. Good to see you. Mo from Akwa, Nigeria. Oh, nice to meet you, Mo. Titi Lokpe from Lagos. Kemi, I guess that's Kemi. I don't know. Nice to meet you. We have Yeri from Yeno. Yeah, I don't know where that is, but that's interesting. Something from Bolton. It's good to see you. I have a couple of people from UK, Scotland. It's good to see you guys. And again, it's going to be an amazing session. Secondly, I want you to tell me if this is the first time you are joining a Tenalytics masterclass. All right. So if this is the first time you'll be joining, I have a special package for you. So drop a 1 in the chat. If this is the first time you'd be joining a Tenalytics. Okay, interesting. We have a couple of 1, 1, 1, 1. Amazing, amazing. All right. So it will be a crime if I don't introduce the, company putting together this amazing knowledge, this amazing session. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. We'll very quickly introduce you to Tenalytics and what we do. And then I'm going to share what we are here for. And then we'll, just dive straight into what we are for today. Okay. So I'm sharing my screen. Again, if you can see my screen, just drop a 1 for me in the chat. Just drop a 1 if you can see my screen. Lovely. Thank you very much, Usman. All right. So this is a project showcase session, a session where you get to meet with some of our participants and also see what they've been up to for the last couple of months, right? It's just to show you what they've been up to. And of course, how you can also be up to it in the next couple of months, right? So we are spotlighting a couple of programs. Obviously, like we have more than that. But for today, we're just going to be looking at the business analysis program, data analytics, data science, and cybersecurity, right? So we are going to be spotlighting these programs today. They'll be sharing what they've been doing for the past couple of months. And of course, would take you through how you can also get started in choosing the best career path for you. Okay. Then we'll look at our next, our upcoming cohorts and how you can join us as soon as possible. Yeah, this is Tenalytics. Welcome to Tenalytics once again. We are a leading emphasis on leading educational technology company, focused on providing specialized training and delivering intensive training in different tech career paths, and of course, delivering comprehensive data consulting services. And we've been, around for over 4 years now, helping people build talents, building talents, and building talents across the technology workforce, cutting across different tech career paths. As of now, we've helped over 2,000 people transition from the classroom into their first role in tech. And this is cutting across the continent generally, different countries like the UK, the US, the Canada, here in Nigeria, Scotland, Africa in general, Europe, Asia, and so on and so forth, right? We have students from different walks of life, and we are committed to making this technology space accessible to everybody. So regardless of your background, regardless of what you've done in the past, what you studied in school, it really does not matter. We make it accessible through premium experiential learning in different tech career paths, cutting across data, basically 8 tech career paths that we've done research on and we picked. We have data analytics, data science, data engineering, business analysis, HR analytics, financial analytics, cybersecurity, and Scrum Master and AI engineering. All right. And then we have an awesome team of instructors working with us from different tech backgrounds as well. You know, these people they have the experience, they've gone through everything that you're basically looking to go into now. And of course, this is what they'll be bringing. They'll be bringing their wealth of experience, their real world experience into dedicated to delivering this engaging work experience with you, and then ensuring that you learn in a practical manner, practical experience, and ensuring that you receive maximum value for all of your investments in your future. So that's a little bit about Tenalytics. You can catch up with us on Instagram at Tenalytics, on our website at tenalytics.io. You can check us out on Twitter at Tenalytics, as well as LinkedIn at Tenalytics. Right? So that's a little bit about us. Just follow us on our social media pages to learn so much. There's so much that we have to offer, and I would love for everybody to, you know, just follow us and be a part of the revolution. Okay, so this is me. Like I said earlier, my name is Damilola, and I have over 5 years of experience in data analytics and business analysis. I currently manage the training operations at Tenalytics, and my experience cuts across, you know, different backgrounds, such as different industries and tech sectors, such as retail and supply chain, you know, EdTech that we're currently in, FMCG, and I have personally helped about 2,000 people transition from. Okay, I think my screen stopped sharing. Edith Young, can you let me share my screen? All right.
Yeah, you can share your screen.
Thank you. Okay, so I've helped about 2,000 people transition from tech into their, you know, from no tech background into their first tech role, basically. And I'm always advocating for women, you know, coming into tech, joining the revolution once again. So you can connect with me on LinkedIn at Oluwadamilola Ajumobi. Then my, you know, second host for today is Edidiong Emmanuel. Edidiong is a seasoned data professional with over 5 years of experience in data analytics and data science. All right. She currently leads the growth internship at Tenalytics. And through this platform, she has helped over 900 individuals transition into tech, secure their first roles in data analytics and data science. And like I said earlier, she currently leads the internship, you know, department at Tenalytics. She's the growth internship lead here at Tenalytics. She has led the data science initiatives for businesses across Africa and Europe, and she has worked in different industries and sectors such as EdTech, supply chain, e-commerce, and the HR sector. So personally, Edidiong is a superstar, and she has trained over 900 participants on a wide spectrum of topics, including statistics, Excel, Power BI, Tableau, machine learning, Python, and so on and so forth. So if you'd like to, you know, connect with Edidiong, you can check her out on LinkedIn at Edidiong Udo. All right. So I hope we are still together. Okay, so before we get started, before we get into the meat of the day, I'd like to, again, you know, I said earlier that we are spotlighting 4 major programs: cybersecurity analyst, data analyst, data science, and business analyst. Now, one thing that I would like to talk about is the fact that these programs were handpicked to ensure, you know, they were basically handpicked as a, you know, a way of letting people transition into tech without having to do a lot of a lot of coding. There are courses here that you can do without having to code at all. There are programs here that you can do without having to code at all. There are programs here that if you want to do a little bit of coding, we have. And of course, we have, for those that are, you know, heavy on coding, you can always like register for some of the programs as well, right? But the best tech career paths that will land you your first job in tech includes, number one, cybersecurity analyst. Now, in the UK, based off of our survey, which you can always also like check out yourself anywhere, quote us anywhere. In the UK, at the moment, okay. All right, in the UK at the moment, a cybersecurity analyst on the average earns £57,000 per annum. That's for a cybersecurity analyst. In Canada, what they earn is 140 Canadian dollars. And in the USA, what they earn is $105,000, right? And you might be wondering, this is for them to earn this much, what do they actually do? What is cybersecurity about? Don't worry. After our students have, just shown you people who did not have, this knowledge before, and they are showing you what they can do now. After on, we'll tell you what a cybersecurity analyst does. For a data scientist, on the average in the UK, they earn £55,000. In Canada, they earn 94,000 Canadian dollars, and in the USA, they earn 121,000 United States dollars. So what does a data scientist do? I'll tell you, don't worry. As for a data analyst in the UK, on average, they earn £40,000. In Canada, it's £64,000 and 64,000 Canadian dollars. And in the United States, it is 72,000 United States dollars. And for a business analyst, we have in the UK, £52,500. In Canada, it is 74,000 Canadian dollars. And in the USA, it is 85,000 United States dollars. So these people, cybersecurity analysts, data analysts, data scientists, business analysts, what do they do? You see a little bit of it when our students start to present, and then when they are done, I will personally come back to explain to you what each of these person does and how you can also get started and be on your way to this, earning range. So without further ado, we are going to get into the project showcase. Hi, Edith Young. You there?
Hello, Damilola. Yes, I'm here.
All right, so we can get started now.
Okay. All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to today's session once again. So just like Damilola has already told us, so we are going to be spotlighting 4 amazing fantastic participants of ours, okay, that have passed through our programs. Okay, so we have the business analyst, we have cybersecurity, we have data analyst, and as well we have the data scientist. Okay, so I'm gonna be starting with the data science guys. Sorry, don't feel I'm biased because I'm a data scientist. Please, guys, you will have to pardon me on that. Okay, so we have an amazing person on the call, Abimbola Kolade. Hello, Abimbola Kolade, are you there? Can you unmute yourself and let's hear you?
Hello, good evening, Edidion. Hello, everyone.
Hello, Abimbola. Good evening. How are you doing this evening?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, I believe you're excited to be on the call with us. Thank God you're already on your camera. I was about telling you, please, let's see your amazing face. So how are you doing this evening?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. All right, so what do you have for us? Dami, please, can you stop sharing? So, all right, thank you. Okay, so you are spotlighted at the moment, Kolade. So what do you have for us today? Can you give us just a brief talk of what you want to do for us today while you try to share your screen?
Okay, yeah, good evening again, everyone. So what I'll be sharing tonight is just a brief about our project doing our internship after completing our program. So I enrolled as a data scientist. So I went through the program for data science. So after that, we went through a 1-month internship just to test our skills and see what we can do in the real life. And so what we were
Hi, Kolade, do you want to increase your volume a little?
Oh, okay. Is it better now?
A little bit more.
Okay, how about now?
Not
Hello?
really. We can't hear you clearly. If you can just increase your voice a little.
How about now?
Yeah, it's better. Please go ahead.
Okay. Sorry about that. So as I was explaining, so for the internship, what we are given is to work on AliExpress. AliExpress is an e-commerce company. So what they do is, we know AliExpress, just they are e-commerce, they have a lot of things they sell online. So we were given a case study to see how we can build a sentiment analyzer. And when we mean sentiment analyzer, if you go on the AliExpress, I believe which is normal to everyone, if you want to buy something from a company, before you buy a product, you have people that want to go through the reviews to see how the product is before you go ahead. So AliExpress currently, what they do, they are reviewing the sentiment and the feedback from customers, but they are doing this manually. So we're tasked to come up with a automated sentiment analyzer, wherein they don't have to do the manual work and they can do. And also there's another part, which is more of the data engineering part, how they are able to get the data also faster. But for the sake of this gathering, I think I will talk more on the data science part. Let me share my screen. So in the 4 weeks, we were able to develop an automated sentiment analyzer wherein they don't have to go through the rigorous process where they have to analyze all those comments one after the other. And when we mean sentiment analyzing, is more about saying, is this a positive review or a negative review? That's and that we know what that can do for the company and also room for customers. Like I said earlier, that we have people, you go online, you want to buy things. You want to buy things. Yeah, you want to buy things. You see the review where other people have placed something or comments might be good or bad, and that can also influence our decision whether to go ahead to buy that product or not. Sorry, I'm trying to share the screen. So Daniela, did you give me the right to be able to share my screen?
Yeah, you can share your screen. You are a host.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
It's coming up. Okay.
You can see it now.
Yeah, we can see it now.
Okay. So like I said, so that's just the brief summary of what the project is. Like I said, so for this internship, I actually work with some other couple of team members in the group. Where this comprise of data engineers and data scientists. And like I said, introducing what we are supposed to do. So in the 4 weeks, we're able to develop the sentiment analyzer. Yes?
Hi, Kolade. I think you're sharing your face, not your presentation. Yeah.
Okay. Can you see that now?
No. So you need to unshare and reshare the presentation itself. Have you seen the option to share? Okay.
Yeah, can you see now?
Not
Can you
yet.
see it?
Not yet. All right. Kolade, can I share from my screen here? So you just go ahead and explain.
Okay, please. I'll have to show that.
Okay. Let me just very quickly. Right. Let me know when you can see my screen.
Yeah, can see that. Thanks.
Fantastic. All right, just go ahead.
So yeah, so I already introduced what the project was all about, to develop an automated sentiment analyzer. Can you move to the next page? So yes, and the next one. So in current day, what AliExpress is doing is the manual reviews, which we know this can be time consuming. You know what it takes. Have to AliExpress is a big company. You can imagine the amount of reviews that goes in every day. And if you have to have someone just sitting down, checking each of the reviews, and have to do a classification whether this is positive or negative review before they are now able to even work on that. That's an issue. And next page, which is why there's a need to automate this process. So our project is, we came up with a solution, and what we're able to do with this is with our automated sentiment analyzer, this can review up to 150,000 comments within 5 minutes. I'm sure if we check the time, you know what savings that will cost to will bring to the company. Then also, for them to be able to do this, you know what that also means? It means they are faster in making decisions. How the other, they are able to improve the product, and also to be able to make some changes also just to satisfy the customers. Next page. Yeah, so this just briefly saying to start the process, of course, as a data scientist, before you can even start that, you need data to work with. So that's where the data engineer, they came using their expertise, they were able to scrape data and provide this, which is they came up with solution. Not talking much about this, but we're able to get this data, which we have to review. We review this data from AliExpress that we use in providing this solution also. Next page. We did some analysis, although it's actually not the main aim of the project, just to get insight of what the data we got were saying. Part of it we saw on the data we got, there are different ratings. Some were doing 5 being the highest, being good, and there are some comments on this rating. And we have the comment, which is actually where the work is for us to be able to review. We notice mostly when customers are not happy, you see that's when they write long sentence. That's what we find out in the also part of what we are doing our exploration, just checking the data. Next page. Then also just to help our model also, because the model needs to look out for some words also to be able to do this. We came up with these words also from that. We call this word cloud. So there is the negative and there's the positive. So you can see example of negative words like avoid, calm, never. All these are things that the model is going to see. Once they see this kind of thing, it knows this is a negative. And the positive also, you can see perfect, superb. All these also are just indications that will help our models. Then next week. Then after that, there's what we call machine learning. We have a machine learning there. So we have to work on use 5 different models, 6 different models to test the data that we got. Testing them, when we say testing them, is we have the data and the words that I showed earlier. For them to get used, machine learning get used to these words, that when you see these words, it means that it's either a positive or a negative review. So after doing the review, we look at the one that we're doing best, and looking at the accuracy. You can see from there, the one that is called Veda is doing almost like 88%. It means out of 100 reviews, he's able to get 88 of them correctly. Of course, there will always be room for improvement, which is part of the project also. Even when you do, you can always do to do. Next page. Yeah, then we came up with the Veda, which was showing to be the highest accuracy. And that we went ahead to develop our model using that. The next page. Then after doing that, of course, there are some background codes, so which I'm not sharing that here. After doing that, then we came up with this. You can see this screenshot. This is just showing the analyzer of what we developed. The analyzer, what they need to do here, there are two options. You can either put in a single text, or you can do an upload. That's when you have over 100,000 or upload it and it give you the review. And one of the good part about the multiple upload is, even after uploading, once it does a review, it also brings out like a graphical part showing you, okay, based on the 100 sentiment that you have uploaded, the percentage of them that looks positive, negative, or neutral, which is actually the main aim for the project, is to come up with this. And also next page. And I will still go just to show you how it works also. I think that's actually more of the fun part also, just to see how it works really live. Then also we feel, okay, fine. For them doing this, what we feel are going to be the business impact. We are doing a solution. What does it mean for the business also? So that's where we know for them to do this in terms of getting this, we know what is to do for to boost the customer satisfaction, to enhance the product, and also of course customer service also. Then also talk about the competitive advantage. We have seen cases, even some of us do that. When we go on, we can say, okay, fine, we don't like your product. It seems Amazon does better, because they will give all this. It's just an insight also. They get that, oh, this is what Amazon is doing. So they can pick that and see how they can incorporate that also into their service. So these are, and then these are part of the business, how to improve that. Then the next is conclusion. Conclusion, what we conclude. Yeah. So if you're able to develop this, to produce this, commercialize the solution, well, if we, apart from it's going to save time compared to where they were before, having to do the manual work, I can imagine. AliExpress is a company, e-commerce is growing every day. So it is expected that the comment that customers are dropping also will keep growing every day. So how will they cope? So now if they're able to develop this automated analyzer, sentiment analyzer, it helps them also to be able to process all those reviews faster and take actions. And there are some KPIs, metrics, which we have presented for them to be able to measure also, to see that what they have done after analyzing the data is actually working. Then, so can you stop sharing? Let me just see on if I'll be able to show the analyzer now. Okay, yeah. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay, beautiful. So this is all what the last 10 minutes I was discussing, although it was like 4 weeks. This is actually the end report results, which is the automated analyzer. So like I said, what I was saying is you have two options to do the single input and the upload. You can test the single input. It's more, we can just put probably like just a comment. Analytics. So it brings analyze, focusing on the classification, saying that this is a positive. We can come up with other words. I don't know if you can, Dablo Life can help. If somebody from the audience can give like a comment, we can test also.
All right, guys, does anybody want to drop a word for Kolade to analyze? Just one word. Anybody? Any word? Okay, Kolade. Good service. Okay, somebody said good service.
Also positive. Of course, we know it's positive.
Okay.
So
Any other?
it depends on.
Okay. Please go ahead.
So is there any other comment?
We see money, kind.
No, it can maybe just a phrase or sentence, just so that we understand how it works. Well, just
Okay, the service was not as good.
it brings out classification negative. So although this is still single input, still better than the manual what they are doing. Or if like AliExpress, which has a lot, they can also use the multiple file upload. I have some examples which I have here I can use. I'm not sure time I could have said we populate a new one. I can use that. So now it's what I've uploaded is showing that this from what I uploaded, 40% of it is positive, there is 40% that is negative, and there's like 20% that are neutral. And the good part is you can also see each of the comments. So not just that's just each of the comments download, and we can open to see what's inside. So this is how it comes in, saying text 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, negative, positive. So let me see if I can try and open the actual text that was uploaded. Then we can compare to see if further. So this was the file that was uploaded. So you can see it said text 1, I hate the boy. And from our results, it said negative. The text 2, I love football. And this is a positive. Text 3, the watch is good. It's a positive. Text 4, I feel sorry for the man. Says it's negative. Then I'm available for the game, which analyzer is able to see it as being neutral. Really, if you look at the text, it's not whether it's a bad or a good one. So this is actually how the analyzer works. Like I said, this can actually do review of up to 150,000, depending on the size of the text. I mean, there are some texts that will be 1 or 2 words. It can go up to, I mean, this can take up to 200 MB at once. But in the average, 150 texts. I mean, if he's doing that within 5 minutes throughout the day, you can imagine how many reviews they're able to do in a day, and they can quickly start taking action. And like have to spend weeks for even to first classify the sentiments. So this is the product of what we did in 4 weeks. And thanks to we've been able to do this because of the training we got in analytics before joining analytics. I had no idea about all this. So all these experience we got when I started. So that's all. Thank you, everyone.
Fantastic one, Kolade. Thank you so much for sharing that. If I may ask, when did you join Analytics?
So I was part of the November quads.
November,
Yes.
fantastic. And you've learned,
November
you
quads.
know, how to build
Yeah.
an analyzer in just the space of 6 months, thereabout.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, there's work there. You have to do some work, which is also, if you want something, you have to put in some work. But at least the good thing there is that you have people to guide you, which is what Analytic did, right? That's good.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming to share this with us, Kolade.
Yeah.
We really
Thank
appreciate
you.
you for coming. Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
All right. I'll see you around. So that is Kolade from Data Science. And, you know, like I said, he joined in November. And this is what, 6 months, 7 months. You can see what he's doing already. Okay. So that's just for data science. We'll go into business analysis now. All right. I see Titilope. Hi, Titilope. Good evening. Yeah.
Hi, it's Titi Lola, although you decided to christen me Titi Lola, but that's fine.
I'm so sorry.
No problem.
It's good to see you. It's good to see you.
It's
All right.
good to be here.
Titilope, do you want to walk us through what you're going to be sharing with us today? Just in 1 minute, share with us what you're going to be.
Okay. So, good evening, everyone. So I'm going to very quickly take you through my experience so far at Tenalytics. So please let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, we can.
All right. So I'm going to tackle this from talking about my experience. My story. Starting, there's the second rule, the second habit of very effective people by Stephen Covey is starting with the end in mind. So that's how my story was. So after a successful career in project management, I was looking to upskill. As we know, today's world is termed a VUCA world. V stands for volatile, U stands for uncertain, C stands for chaotic, and A stands for ambiguous. So that's the world we live in. And I felt I needed to continue to remain relevant. And I've been hearing about the big pay that people in the tech space earn. I wanted to tap into that and be able to earn as much, and also to plan for future by increasing my revenue. So, you know how they say that once you want something very bad, that the whole of nature conspires with you to see that you get it. And I believe that's what happened to me with the benefit of hindsight. So for me, I found Tenalytics it came up in my Instagram feed. And of course, I was like, I first of all viewed it with skepticism, like, can this be real? I mean, I've had some bad experiences on Instagram, so I wasn't so taken at first. Then after some time, curiosity set in and I said, what if it happens to be true? And that's what got me to do what I call my due diligence. And I listened to a pitch, probably like this. So I logged in that fateful evening. I listened to the pitch and I was like, well, they're making sense. So I thought I'd dig further, right? So I signed up, or I scheduled myself for a one-on-one consultation with the pro. You get to that stage, they give you the option. And I went for this one-on-one session. And they looked at my peculiarities, because I didn't believe that, it's the general template, one size fits all. No. I mean, there's so many offerings, and I had to know, what do you think? Even just to test them if they understood who I am in terms of my career and where I was at that moment in my career journey. And that got me hooked. I asked questions and they answered me very satisfactorily. And also, I noticed that they were very proficient. They know what they're doing, the Tenalytics crew. And there were so many success stories of everyday people like me, which inspired me. So the promise of Tenalytics was to make me a business analyst in 4 months. And you can see me over here jumping when I heard that. I was quite happy. Okay, 4 months, I assessed the time commitment. Of course, as the previous speaker said, Bimbola, you have to put in the work. And I looked at the time, it was reasonable, so I signed up. Now, I want to put some definitions just for context, so that we have that at the back of our mind. In terms of business analysis, what is business analysis? And that's the definition there. Basically, it's deploying a set of task techniques to work with stakeholders to understand the structure, policies, and operations of an organization, and to recommend solutions that enable the organization achieve its goals. So this resonated with me very much, being a project manager, because what I've done so far is about bringing to life visions, bringing to life goals in terms of implementing projects. So a business analyst is the person who basically does business analysis, put very simply. And you find out that they don't always have this title, business analyst. Sometimes they might have other titles such as system analyst, requirements engineers, process analyst, product manager, and so on. The list is endless. But basically, if you know what that person does, that will tell you whether or not they are a business analyst. So I'm going to talk about what then happened as I joined the program. The first thing we learned was how to do visualization and reporting. Now, you've heard the term that says data is king, right? Abimbola talked about, went in depth into data analysis, but we just touched on it very briefly. And of course, in the role of a business analyst, you're doing a lot of presentations to high-level stakeholders, the board, the directors, what have you. And nothing puts your story across better than a graph or a pictorial representation of what it is, right? So we started first with Excel. Of course, I was familiar with Excel at the time that I started, but we took it to another level. You heard in the beginning, there was one of the testimonials being played where they were talking about VLOOKUP, pivot tables. So we learned all those things that I hadn't known. I've only heard about them. I never used them. So we learned them here, and we were able to prepare our business dashboards. Then we took it a level higher in Power BI. Now, Power BI helps you to prepare an interactive report. So what that means is that it's not going to be just the picture of the report. If you toggle things, if you click on certain aspects of your report, you'll see different pictures, different stories, and tell your story better. And just to step back, when I was on a project, maybe some few years ago, I was working with a software development company, and we were going to do a business dashboard for one of the oil and gas companies. So we had done all our initial stages, gotten the approval, we've done the requirements gathering, that is understanding what they want. We had developed what the software will look like. We had done mock-ups, spent a lot of time, maybe 3 months, getting to this stage. And just then was when Microsoft released Power BI. So there was one person in that organization who decided to play with Power BI. And guess what? That's what she was able to do, sacked our project. We never went on to implementation stage because it was deemed that Power BI could do what we had spent so many man-hours, so many months trying to do. So that's just to tell you about the power of this business interactive tool. So we learned that. And then we also learned how to manipulate a database, to query a database using PostgreSQL. SQL for structured query analysis. So that's basically one of the first things we did in the first, I would say, 1 month. And we're able to do all these great things we thought. And one of my biggest learnings, I like to joke, because one of the case studies we took while on the course was about a business analyst who came to a new company, and she wasn't very nice to the data analyst, right? And she just said, oh, come on, like, brushed him aside like she was the star. And of course, when she needed to work with the data, he gave her the data set that was all messed up. And that put her in a bad spot. So I said, my joke out of there was to be nice to everybody that you meet in any organization, because you're going to need everybody, right? So that's just an aside. Next thing, we also then moved on to project initiation and planning. I mean, in any project, remember the job of the business analyst has to do with stakeholder management, working with stakeholders. And the first thing you need to do is to understand who your stakeholders are. If you don't know who they are, you can't even begin to quantify their needs and say, what do you need? Or who are they? Or how much of my time do I devote to this particular stakeholder as opposed to the next one, right? So we got a tool called the identification matrix we used for that. Then, of course, by the time you get your requirements and you move into planning your project, you want to know who is going to do what task. So we learned something we call the RACI matrix. So that's for planning and assigning tasks on the project. And we did that in several scenarios. So next, we also learned about requirements elicitation, analysis, and development of the document, specification document, which you get approved, which actually gives you authority to go ahead with what you want to do, gives you the budget, gives you the resources. So this is called the business case document. And we're able to do that for several scenarios, several organizations to help them get projects approved. The next thing is we now learned about critical thinking and problem solving. Remember, the job of the BA is not just to identify the problem, but to propose solutions that will help the businesses achieve what they set out to achieve. So that was the next stage. And one of the tools we learned to do that with is called the fishbone diagram, to analyze the gaps. Obviously, if there's an issue in the business, it's because there are gaps, right, between what you want to do and what you are currently doing. We also learned about business process modeling and optimization, which is, again, looking into the business, their policies, what are they doing, how are they doing it, what are the issues prevalent in what they are currently doing, and how do we improve and make it better. So you actually draw a map to get to that. So out of all these four, I'm going to go a little bit deeper and talk about the gap analysis using a tool called the fishbone diagram. So first of all, this is the business that I want to talk about that we did this gap analysis for. It's called Nkechi's African Restaurant, and they're in the US. So you know how it is in the US, where there's a huge Nigerian community, and they're also very curious non-Nigerians, right? And Nkechi's Restaurant had developed a reputation for their dish called Ofe Nsala soup. So that was a specialty, and they had people queuing, placing orders, and they made so much money from it on a monthly basis. Some $10,000 is what they were grossing on that. And they said, oh, wow, we're doing so well. Like any one-man business that starts up, once you grow, you get popularity, demand increases, you want to scale your operations, right, to be able to make more money. So they invested, in a space downtown. They did everything they needed to do. They hired a few more people, and they had a bigger store now to service their clients, right? But however, what happened was that after making this investment, doing their projections, they were not making as much money as I thought they would, especially from their Nsala soup, because Nsala before used to give them like almost 85%, 90% of their revenue, but this wasn't the case. So they found out that people were complaining, things weren't working well, and they wanted to know what was happening so that they could rectify it and make business. So if you look at that case study, we said, oh, it could be anything causing your soup not to sell the way you projected. It could be a multiple bouquet of issues. So we started to use what we call this fishbone diagram, also called the Ishikawa diagram, named after the Japanese man who developed this process and this tool. So we said that it's a multifaceted problem, and we want to look at that to understand what is the root of the issues that they are facing in a structured way. Now, this is the tool we used for the analysis. Now, looking at it briefly, you can see that there are 6 areas of the business that we looked at. We looked at their methods, we looked at the people, we looked at the measurements, we looked at the kitchen, we looked at the ingredients and the utensils. So we took a look at that based on their current, the way they operate, and we found out that these were the issues that were impacting on their business performance. Their business performance, remember, was the issue they had was this low revenue, especially on Nsala soup. So based on this, we're able to propose actions, recommendations for the restaurant to take to get back on track, to get back into making money the way they wanted to. So you can see on the left here, you have the root causes, ingredients, people, measurement, method, working conditions, and a little statement about what that means, and the recommendations. So very quickly, I'll just touch on this. For ingredients, you see, we said, okay, improve your sourcing. Where are you buying from? Establish relationships so that if you have a good relationship with your suppliers, you always get premium supply. They are more regular, so you don't feel like you have to buy a lot before you see the next person that you're going to buy from, right? Then we talked about, we recommended also they should manage their inventory in a more strict way, put a process around that so that they keep their ingredients fresh. For the people issues they had, we said, okay, train everybody. Now that you have a bigger, you have increased demand, not only one person can be cooking all the time, right? So train them, because there's a way and manner we cook our food, our African foods, that it will turn out right. You can't just dump all the ingredients at once, and so on. For the measurements, we proposed certain things. We said, okay, get somebody to measure out these ingredients so that there's quality control, and do your inventory management so that you only always give out what is fresh. You have expiration dates, you have a way to manage your waste, and so on. For method, we said, get your standard recipe, do quality checks, get a taster, person who knows it, so that they taste the batches as you prepare. And for the working conditions, we suggested to them and recommended that they should get more up-to-date equipment and improve the layout of their kitchen so that their staff don't get tired and begin to cook nonsense because they're tired and they just want to do something and go. So by leveraging this fishbone diagram, the restaurant was able to take a structured and comprehensive approach to identifying and addressing the root causes of their business challenges. So this helped the restaurant regain their footing and return to the level of success it's experienced with a signature salad dish. So dear business analysts, choose Tenalytics because you're in good hands. And this brings me to the end of my presentation.
All right, Titilola. That was a very fantastic presentation. Thank you so much for coming. All right, this is very enlightening, seeing how you were able to, do all that explanation, and even people that have not attended the class before, I'm sure by now they should have an idea of what a fishbone diagram is used for. But yeah, Titilola, when did you join Tenalytics?
So I'm part of the May cohort. May, 2 months ago.
Sorry?
May cohort. Can you hear me?
Oh, May 2024.
Correct.
Fantastic. And look at, what you're able to do within this is June, literally. We are very happy that, you have come into Tenalytics to learn. And I want to ask if because you had on your slides, the promise to me or something like that.
Yeah,
Did we
4 months.
That promise?
Yes. So we're halfway through that journey now. It's 2 months, and look, you said yourself, look what I've been able to do. So I have no doubt that if you come back 2 months again from now, which is the 4-month promise, I would have blown, as they say.
Thank you so much, Titilola, for coming.
Thank
really
you.
Appreciate you coming to join us. All
right.
right. Have a very lovely night. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay. So we'll bring up the next person. I have let me see. Usman. Hi, Usman. Okay, I can see Usman. Hello, Usman. Good evening. It's good to have you here. Do you want to, all right, I see you. I'm just going to spotlight you so everybody can see you as well. Hi, Usman. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. It's good to have you here.
Yeah, I can see the smile. It shows you're fine.
All right.
Hi everyone. So yeah, this is Usman. Yeah, I'm here to represent the cybersecurity April cohort. Just give me one moment so I can share my screen to Okay. Yeah. So the case study is secure bank network expansion with Packet Tracer. So yeah, I joined in March, and is it March? Yeah, March, and it I've learned a lot of cyber programming. Um, yeah, I've gained valuable knowledge, hands-on experience in safeguarding digital assets, ensuring data integrity, implementing robust security measures through oh, what's that?
Yeah, secure.
Through comprehensive curriculum. I've developed skills in threat detection, incident response, risk mitigations, security architecture design as well. So my study have provided me with
Go on,
strong
Albert.
foundation in network security, penetration testing, vulnerability assessment, and compliance management. So this is what we're looking
On the
into.
bed. Your bed.
A
No,
secure
yeah,
bank, a
yeah, no, don't worry,
mid-size
please.
a mid-sized financial institution has
Don't
been
worry.
experiencing
It's
significant growth over the past few years. So to meet increasing demand, so the company is expanding its market presence, and they are opening a branch in the neighboring city. So as a network engineering, I've been approached by the bank to design and implement a network architecture for the new branch and establish a secure connection in the main branch. So design a robust, these are the what I'm supposed to do. So number one, design a robust and secure network infrastructure for the new branch, establish a reliable and encrypted connection between the branches and the new branch and the main branch here. So ensure seamless integration of the new branch network with existing system and database. Okay, so we'll be looking to get our hands dirty with Packet Tracer. So this presentation is going to be more of practical. Expected outcome: a secure and efficient network infrastructure for the new branch. Okay, we'll do that. And seamless. Is it not the same thing that is here? More like the same thing. So yeah, we'll look into that now. So let me get my Packet Tracer up. Still loading. Okay, this is what Cisco Packet Tracer look like. So let's say what we want to do, like the network integration, the connection between two companies. It's the same company, but the branch here. So it's just like we doing the connection in like a practice. So not we having to get our hands in the company itself. So this is just like a practice, yeah. So number one, the first thing we do is when we want to connect, yeah, let's start with our devices, the end devices. So the end devices can be your laptop, your phone, PCs and other stuffs, because we are the end users. So those are the things that we use. It can be your server, as you can see down here, PC, laptop, server. So these are your and TV, tablet. It can be anything that we use. So those are your end devices. So let's get PC, and let's get laptop. Yeah, maybe a server. Okay, so these are end devices. um so we have to look to get the network devices as well. So this is a router here, and this is a switch. These are switches. So what is a switch? A switch is just like your, let's say, your extension, because I know it's just what I can describe a switch as. Let's say it's just like a connection whereby you can input different stuffs inside different the end devices. Just as your why I said your extension box is that, okay, you can plug different phone, you can use it to charge your laptop, anything. So we just choose one of the switches. So we can use this particular one to connect. This is the automatic connection, just to connect the switches to the PC. So that is that. The laptop to the switch. Then the server as well to the switch. Okay. So this all of these can can actually they can connect together and send share resources together. But if we want to look at what has been given to us, like to connect one particular office to another office, then we'll be needing routers, because routers are always the defaults, are always going to be having the default gateway. So the default gateway is just like identity to identify the router and to connect the router with the end devices. So I'm going to get a router. Yep. Okay. So yeah, that is a PT router. Then we'll do the connection with the router as well. Okay, that is that. So let's say this is office 1. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we'll give these networks, let's give this particular network a name, an identity. Let's say 192 dot 168 dot 0.0 network. Let's say this is 192.168.0.0 network. So 192 is a class C. Yeah, that is a class C network. So there's more to the calculation. There's class A, class B, class C. There are classes to it. So let's say this is 192.168.0.0 network. So this is our router. What do we do next? Before we do anything, let's name them. Let's name them. So after naming, then we'll configure. This is 00, yeah. So we can just do the router. The router should be 192.168.0.1. Please, if you're not understanding anything, you can drag me back, because I know I don't have all day, because we all have where to be. So I don't want to take much of our time. So if I'm too fast, you can drag me back. So this, I'm just giving these IPs because what we're looking to do is a static network connection. So what is a static network connection? We've got two different type of network connection. Um we've got sorry, I just want to come back here. We've got DHCP, which is Dynamic Host Control Protocol. With that, it assigns an IP address for the system itself automatically, so you don't have to be the one to assign. But what do we do in cases, especially when it's a banking sector? You do not want to give any. You don't want an automatic IP address to your employees. You want to give them your own IP address. So in case if anything happens, if there's any malicious act, you know who to hold, because they've got their own IP address that you give them. I don't know if we understand the reason why we're using static. So once we get into configuration, I'll show us where we can choose between dynamic host code, the DHCP, dynamic host control protocol, and where we can choose static. So I'm just still naming the IP address. So let's say this is 192.0.0, this is 0.1. So let's give this 0.2, 192.168.0.2, 192.168.0.3. Okay, let's give the server 192.168.0.4. So we'll be configuring now. Let's go into configuration. So the first thing we do is a router. That is the host, that is the router. So what we do now is, yeah, we check the connection, we turn it on. Okay, let me configure before turning it on. So yeah, we just give it 192.168.0.1. So we've named it already. The subnet comes in automatically. The subnet comes in automatically. What is a subnet? So the subnet is the one, is a, let's say it's a broadcast IP address. So it's the one, the broadcast IP address of this is 255. So I'll turn that on. Okay. If there's any other thing that we want to do, we come back to it later. So if you can see, this router is now green because we've turned it on. We still have a lot to do while connecting the two networks together. So this is the PC. I don't. Okay. Why am I not? Okay. So obviously this is 192.168.0.2. So we just configure this as well. We go to the desktop IP configuration. So we give it the IP address that we named it 192.168.0.2. The subnet comes in automatically as well. I talked about the default gateway the other time, which I said that is the IP address of the router itself. So for the router to be connecting with the PCs, we have to give the PCs, we have to let the PC identify the routers. So we're giving the identity of the router to the PCs as well, because obviously, let's say let's put this to a live scenario. Let's say you're using an internet connection. Let's say Airtel, for example. Airtel is an internet connection in Nigeria, network provider in Nigeria, and put it that way. So let's say you're using Airtel. Your device, which can be your phone, your PC, has its own IP address, and the network itself, which is your internet provider, has also got their own IP address. Let's say you've got a router in your house, or you've got a MiFi, anything at all. Those MiFi usually have, okay, I was told to round up. So those routers always have their own IP addresses as well. So you know what? So let me just name it. I was going to explain, because obviously I can't just go on and be putting all of this. I want us to understand what I'm doing. So this is the default gateway. It's going to be 0.1. So yeah, so we don't do anything to the DNS. DNS is when we are doing something different entirely. That has something to do with the web browser here. So it's also here. So let's name this as well. So we give it its own IP address as well, 192.168.0.33, and the default gateway. So obviously I've explained with the first step, so I can just input all of this. It's still the same steps, 192.168.0.1, which is the default gateway, the router's IP address. So when we connect two or more devices together, they form network and they share resources, but we have to connect them together. So yeah, that is that. I'll do that. It's here already. It's turned on. Let me see. Did I turn this on as well? Yeah, it turned on. So yeah, don't know if I've, okay. Okay, 192.168.0.4. 192.168.0.1, which is a default gateway. So I was talking about the DNS the other time. It's not actually what we're doing today, but yeah, we host web browser on servers. So I'll just move to the other one. I'll add this as well to the other one, but this time around I'll try to be fast. This is the other building. So okay. So we add the switch, the router as well. Okay. So we try to connect them together, just as we did earlier. Yeah. Just as we did earlier. So yeah, so we do the configuration here as well. So but this time around I'll just yeah, I'll turn it on. Okay, this is this is .0.0 network. So I'm going to give this .1.1 network. Let's do it that way. Or .1.0 network. Okay, 192.168.1.0. So the subnet comes in. Okay, what was that? 192.168.1.0. Okay. 92. .1.1 network. Okay, this is .0.0 network. This is .1.1 network. All right. So everything is green now because the router is turned on. So we'll do this to be .1.2. Yeah. Okay. 192.168.1.2. The default gateway is going to be 192.168.1.1, which is our default gateway, the router's IP address. Okay, is this turned on? Yeah, it is turned on. So we do this as well. 192.168.1.3. Yeah, the default gateway 192.168.1.1. Yeah, let's see if it's turned on as well. Yep. Okay, so we'll move to the third one, which is going to be .1.4. Yep. 192.168.1.4. So what we're trying to achieve here at the end of the day is this devices has to be communicating afterwards. .168.1.1, the default gateway. Yep. Turned on as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this, let me name this connection to be 192.168.1.0 network. Okay. So for these networks, let's try to send packets from year to year. To year. Successful. So the PC here and this router are sending data together, successfully sending data, sending packets. Yeah, this is also sending packets successfully. This as well, sending successfully. So if there's any misconfiguration, you see failed. So it means this particular network is connecting with this network. Okay, all of these are connecting. Let me give you an example of a failure. So let's try to connect this from this network to this network. It will surely fail. Because of what? Because we've not connected this network together. So this is the first let's say this is the main branch. This is the main branch, and this is the main office. This is the main office here, and this one is the branch, the new office that the bank just opened. So we're trying to connect. Now we've been able to do the network connection configurations for the office, but how do we want to make the two offices to connect together to be able to send packets between themselves? So we try to connect them together. Yeah. That's a port. So fast Ethernet 1/0. So they are both connected now, but the connection is not yet there because it's still red. So we have to do some configurations. We have to connect them together. So how do we do that? We go into our routers. There's what we call routing internet protocols. This is to connect the routers together. So we add this network. Okay, let me cancel this first. Let me give this particular network a name. Let's say 10.0.0.0 network. that is in the network connecting the two routers together. If I'm trying to rush as well, so I don't take much of our time. Please pardon me if I'm taking longer than I should. So yeah, routing internet protocol. We try to connect this together. So 10.0.0 network. So let's say router 0 should be 10.0.0.1. Let me add that. Okay. 10.0.0. Let me see. What did I click? Is this the one I click? I guess so. Okay. Okay. Let's go to this fast Ethernet 1/0. This is where we connect the ports. We connected the routers together, if you can remember. So I'm going to put the 10.0.0.1. I'll turn that on. That has been on. Then I'll go to the routing internet 10.0.0.1. Yeah, .0.0. I've added this network here. I've added it here. So we'll have to add this network as well, which is the network of the main office 192.168.0.0 network. We'll have to add that as well. 0.0 network. Add that. We'll have to add .1.0 network as well. 192.168.1.0 network. Okay, so we done with the router 1, so we have to move to the router 2. So let's configure the router 2. Same port 1/0 port. So 10.0.0.2. Let's give this 2. Okay, the first one is .0.1. This is .0.2. So the routing internet protocol, let's say 10.0.0.0. So we've added the network connecting the router together. If we can see our router, the red indicators here is now green. It means they are connected. Okay, 192.168.0.0 network is added as well. It remains .1.0, which is this one here. So 192.168.1.0. So I'm going to be adding that as well. That has been added completely. So now our computers should be communicating. We should be able to send packets from here to here successfully. Let me delete this first. From here to here successfully. Okay, it's still filled. So sometimes we need to give it some time in order to configure. Let me see. Okay. Yeah. Zero dot 1 0 10. Okay, our connection is all right, so packets should not be failing. Successful. Yeah, I tried that earlier, it was failed. So we just had to give it time. Successful. Sometimes we need to give it time. So okay, this is saying fail. Okay, it's now successful. So all of our packets are successfully sending. Let's send from here to the router. Successful from here to here. Successful. Everything is successful. So this is a real time. So let's simulate and we'll see how the data, how the packets are being sent from company 1, from the main company to the branch. So this is a live simulation. So we're simulating it now. See how the packets are being sent successfully from company 1 to company 2. So that is it about Packet Tracer. I know I've used much of our time. Apologies about that. So a lot of you will be thinking, what is this guy doing? I don't understand what he's doing. Let me tell you. I joined April. Yeah, we started April. I joined May. No, I joined March. We started April. But let me tell you, before I started, I had no experience at all about this tech world. I had no experience. I in Nigeria, it was my first degree was banking and finance. In the UK, international business management. And it's not like I've done anything pertaining to this, like this cyber whatever. I've not done it before. So it was even a friend of mine that told me that, okay, this 10 analytics, so far so good. They are still the best, I'm saying, because obviously it's not just about teaching you what to do or how to do this. They also tend to let you know that, okay, do not worry. If you are seeing job description, seeing all of those things, forget about it. You can do it. You just have to do what? You just have to know that, okay, we've been taught, and you just have to put those things that we've been taught into practice. And it's not just about you having to be in class and close your laptop and till next week again. No, you have to practice as well. I and my colleagues, like few of us, we come together like after classes, like we still spend 2 hours, 3 hours every night, and we don't get tired. So it's just once you know where you want to be, and once you know you strive and you push yourself hard. Also, the main reason why I joined Analytics is that obviously it's not just about them teaching you. Also, they are always there for you. They mentor you. They tell you do not worry. Like every Thursday, yeah, Thursdays and Fridays, they're always mentoring us how to do our CVs, how to go out there and do the interview. Even we do practices, so there are a lot of things that you guys are going to see here in Analytics that you can't see anywhere. I'm going to tell you that. So I've taken much time already, so let me cut it here, because that I can see the look in Damilola's face. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank
Hi,
you.
Usman.
Hope to see
Thank
you
you
all
so
soon. Yeah.
much. Yeah, you did so well. Thank you. Thank you very much for coming. All right. So we'll take the last person very quickly, and then we'll go ahead and explain each of these programs one by one. All right. So please just be patient for like a while. We'll round up in the next 30, 40 minutes. Okay. So Jumai. Hi, Jumai. Right, Jumai, if you can, okay. If you could also turn on your camera so that we can spotlight you.
Okay. Please, can you hear me?
Your voice is very low.
Can you hear me now?
No. I can hear you, but it's very, very low.
Okay, can you hear me now? Is it better?
Not yet.
Please give me just like 1 minute. Can you hear now? Can you hear me now?
Not really, Jumai. It's very, very low. I'm not sure why that is happening. Okay, so please let's hold on for 1 minute for Jumai to reconnect. Hi, Young. Can you hear Jumai? I can't see anything.
The voice is really low. Hello, Jumai. If you could, move closer to your mouthpiece. If you're using a headphone, I think that will help.
Okay, I don't know if it's better now. Closer. Is it better?
Nope, it's not getting better, but I don't know if you can manage it because of time. But we can hear you actually, just that is very low. Hello, Jumaya, are you still there?
Can you hear now? Is it better, please?
I think we'll just manage it. I don't know. Dami, what do you think? I feel we could just go with that. These guys, let's just bear with Grace.
Yeah, let's see if we can manage. Please go ahead. Are you going to be sharing your screen?
Yes.
All right, please go ahead.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Jume Chesa, and I'm from Data Analytics and Analytics April Cohort, and I will be presenting one of my projects titled Strategic Analysis and Recommendation for Tektronix Innovation. So I'll just quickly run through the.
Why? Are you are you using an earpiece or something? If you have, maybe you can remove it.
Okay, I don't know, maybe I can log out and log in. Maybe you can proceed with other things when I.
Okay. Yeah, that definitely works. All right. So please just try to rejoin. All right. So you guys have heard from Kolade, you've heard from Titi Lola, and you've also heard from Usman. All right. So what I'm going to do is while we're waiting for Jumai to rejoin us, I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen. And I'm going to walk you through who a cybersecurity analyst is and what you need to learn to get started in cybersecurity. I mean, how you can join the cybersecurity program and things that you're going to be learning. I'll also walk you through what a business analyst does and how you can get started as a business analyst, things that you need to learn to get started as a business analyst. And lastly, I'm going to walk you through what a scientist is and you can get started in data science. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen now. Please just let me know if you can see my screen. All right, Edith Young, please let me know if my screen is visible.
Yes, your screen is visible. You can see your screen.
Thank you. So again, it always seems impossible until you actually get started. If you listen to some of the participants clearly, you would hear them saying, for example, Usman said he started in April. He didn't know anything about cybersecurity. He, studied finance and banking. And then for his master's in the UK, he studied international business management. And now you can see what he was able to do within just this short minutes that he was here, and also what he has been able to learn from April to right now. All right. So sometimes you think, oh, this thing is too difficult, I can't do it. Right. But if you do not try, you actually not know if it's something that you can do or not. And this is why we are here to hold your hands and ensure that you get the best out of whatever it is that you choose to, whatever program you choose to partner with us on. All right, so we have a lot of success stories here, right? You can see if you joined the program earlier, you'd see us playing some videos of students that came into the program and are currently working as the data analyst, a business analyst, a cybersecurity analyst, and of course a data scientist. And we have more people. If you go to our YouTube channel, Instagram, check us out on Twitter, you see more stories of people that have joined and are currently doing so well for themselves. And yes, they started just like you. They, found out about analytics maybe through a family member, a friend, just by scrolling on Instagram. They joined a master class, and here they are today doing amazing things. Okay, so we're going to look at some of these videos later on just to buttress the points. But the the three major reasons why we've chosen the four career paths that we're spotlighting today out of the remaining, which we'll do later, is one, the ease of learning. Some of you don't even need to do too much to start learning some of these things. First of all, you can stay in your house from the comfort of your home and join our programs. Also, because the way we teach is in a way that you don't have to have any sort of background or have any sort of knowledge before you can get started. We will teach you and hold you to be able to fly on your own. All right. So ease of learning. Number two is this of transitioning and getting a job. If you go on LinkedIn today and perhaps search for the role of a business, you're looking for the role of a business analyst, and you go on LinkedIn today, which is one of the major job boards that we have, you search for business analyst, you see multiple roles flying around. There are thousands of roles that are, that are not yet filled because we don't have people that have the skills. So it's of transitioning and it's of getting a job. And lastly, we have the high and rewarding salaries. I shared earlier what the average salary of these programs or these professionals are on an average. Okay, so these are the three main reasons why we have chosen all our programs, all the eight programs that we offer. Now we're going to go in depth into understanding exactly what each role entails. All right. So first off, we have business analyst. Now, as a business analyst, they're going to be serving as a bridge, between the stakeholders and the technical team. It's like having two different rivers, right? And you're trying to, sort of like cross from one place to the other or bring them together or what have you. You're like the bridge connecting the two different rivers, right? So that's basically what this is about. A business analyst acts like as a bridge between the stakeholders, so the business owners, the people that are the sponsors of the business, people that are the owners of the business, and then the development team. So you as a business analyst will find out the needs of the company. Okay, what is the company facing at the moment? Okay, now let me give you an example. Earlier, Kolade presented an analysis, sentiment analysis for AliExpress. Now, say for example, you as a business analyst, you work for AliExpress as a business analyst, right? Kolade will be identified as someone from the technology team, and perhaps the owners of AliExpress will be identified as the stakeholders, the business owners, right? So if, for example, the business owners have realized that okay, there's some sort of glitch in their customer service, they beckon on you as the business analyst, tell you that okay, this is the problem that they've realized, or this is the need that they've realized. And so what you do is gather requirements, you try to analyze the problem, you define the problem statement, you draw up a business case. Titilola mentioned a business case earlier. You draw up a business case, and then after you've done all the things that you need to do as a business analyst, you then take everything that you've done to the technology team. So it is not the owners of AliExpress that will be going to the technology team themselves. It is you that will be in charge of, like I said, you are the bridge. So this is right. So I said you are the bridge, right? So this is you right here. This is you, okay? The blue guy. And this is the business owner. I'm just going to put B right here. And then this is Kolade, the technology team right here. So you are in the middle, interfering between both entities. All right. So that's what you're going to be doing as a business analyst. And business analysts are needed everywhere because companies are trying to upscale. They're trying to move from this level, ground level, to the next level, and they need experts. They need people that have, this knowledge on how to use these tools to help them navigate their, journey in the world, basically. So what are your key learning areas as a business analyst? Number one, you're going to be learning Excel, Power BI, and SQL. I like something that Titilola said earlier. She said they were working on a project, right? And then somebody came in with knowledge of Power BI, and they just had to move everything that they were doing. They moved it because all what she could do with Power BI is just sort of like dropped every other thing that they've been working on for like a very long time. So not that Excel, Power BI, and SQL are the core of the tools for a business analyst, right? But the knowledge gives you more edge. And that's why we've included it in our program in a way that regardless of where you find yourself as a business analyst, if for any reason you need to work with Excel, Power BI, and SQL, just from the knowledge of what you're going to get here, you're able to do that job and do it so well. All right, so you're going to be learning how to build interactive dashboards in Excel, a couple of functions and formulas. You're going to learn how to use Power BI as well to build reports, build dashboards, and interact with your reports. You'd also learn SQL, which is the language of a database. You learn how to interact with databases using SQL. And then you move into learning process mapping. All right, you move into learning process mapping. This is drawing. The company has identified their needs. You want to rectify it. You want to streamline and optimize the process. You draw out using process mapping tools, right? You draw out the current process, and then you move forward to draw out the process that the company wants to implement now. Just by learning how to use tools like Microsoft Visio and Draw.io, you'll be able to draw out your ASCII and to be processes seamlessly. And these are things that you're going to be learning with us at Tenalytics. You learn project initiation planning, how to read a project charter, how to build your business case, how to, draw out your requirements and build your BRD, your business requirements document. You learn how to do all of these things, Agile and Scrum for projects. Now, if you go again on LinkedIn to check out jobs and all of those things, you see that they are looking for business analysts that know how to, work in Agile environments. All right. Now, Agile might be it's English language, right? So we probably know what Agile means, but it's more in depth when it comes to business analysis. And this is what companies are looking for: business analysts that can work in Agile environments. So you're going to learn how to use Agile and Scrum for your projects in a way that you're able to iterate and make releases and make changes as much as possible. You learn SDLC, which is software development life cycle. This is the process that your projects need to go through at every point in time. You learn requirements fundamentals and elicitation, how to draw out requirements using different techniques such as interviews, brainstorming, and so on and so forth. You learn stakeholders analysis and engagement, right, using RISI matrix and so on and so forth, right? Because it's also very important that you're able to communicate the needs of the company to the different stakeholders. You're able to communicate with you're going to have different stakeholders, right? So you need to know how to communicate what you need to communicate as a business analyst. So you learn how to do that. And lastly, you also learn how to use ChatGPT for business analysis. Now, ChatGPT, there was a buzz about it a couple of months ago, or is it years now, where people were saying, oh, ChatGPT is here to steal their jobs. And I can tell you for a fact that as a business analyst, what ChatGPT will be doing for you is helping you, shine in your workplace. Okay, so ChatGPT for business analysis, just to help you with your analysis, help with to outline your requirements, and so on and so forth. So what is the learning timeline for the business analysis program, right? We have 4 months. You can become a business analyst in 4 months. All these things that people are saying that you cannot learn tech, you cannot do this thing in 4 months is not possible. I can tell you for a fact that it is possible. You heard when Titilola said that she joined in May. So May that was May. This is June. You can see what she can do already. So you can get started in 4 months. You can literally even get a job in less than, before you are done. We have people that have gotten jobs before they concluded their program. So you can become a business analyst in 4 months. It's 2 months of learning and then 2 months of internship where you get to work on managing a web app development project. Okay, so that when you eventually turn up to an interview and they ask you what kind of project have you worked on before, you can boldly say, oh yes, for the company that I used to work with, I learned how to build a web app development project. So classes are on weekends, and this is to cater for everybody. So if you have a 9 to 5, that's no problem. We have you covered. You can attend classes if you stay in places like, if you stay in the UK, Africa, Europe in general, we have the morning class for you. And if you stay in North America, for people that stay in Canada, US, we have the evening time as well. So for the morning class, it's 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. On Saturdays, and on Sundays it's 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. 6 p.m. to 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Then for the evening class, right, on Saturdays it's 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. West African time, and on Sundays we have 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. and that's usually 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. All right. So this is literally like what a business analyst does. And again, in just 2 months, 4 months in total, you can get started as a business analyst. These are more tools that you're going to be using. You're going to be using Trello for project management, Draw.io for your business process mapping and all those things. You're going to learn how to use Jira for your project management and how to build your product backlog as well. You learn how to use Confluence, Lucidchart, Power BI, Excel, and SQL. All right. So if you'd like to, join the business analysis program, can you drop BA in the chat for me? If you like to, if the business analysis program interests you, can you drop simply BA in the chat? Let me know how many people are very interested in business. All right, fantastic. Thank you. So we move to the next one. I'm just going to skip this and we'll wait for Jumai to come back. And then I'm going to explain the data science program. So a data scientist uses applied advanced analytics, statistics, machine learning to derive meaningful insights. As a data scientist, right, you're going to be building predictive models. Okay. Now you can see what you saw what Kolade did, right? Analyzing sentiments. You can even go further to, predict what's going to the sales of AliExpress will be like in the next couple of months, in the next couple of years, right? That's what a data scientist does. You literally you work mostly with predictive analytics. You are fine-tuning your test cases and all those things to, predict what the company is going to be like what the status of the company is going to be like in the next couple of years. And if it's going to be bad, very quickly, the company jumps into action to try to cope whatever situation that they might find themselves in the future. Okay, so a data scientist, you work with descriptive analytics where you talk about what has happened in the past. Now, if AliExpress is trying to analyze their sales, okay, you as a data scientist working for AliExpress will be looking at the sales of 2023. Okay, what happened in 2023? In what countries did we make more sales? In what countries did we have low sales? All right, so you're going to be doing a lot of descriptive analytics to describe what has happened in the past, and then you do diagnostic analytics. This is to, maybe, for example, they found out that, in Nigeria, they didn't make a lot of sales. So this is where diagnostic analytics come in. You try to understand why exactly did that happen. It's like when somebody is sick and they go to the hospital, right? Instead of the doctor to just carry injection and just dip it somewhere, they try to find out what exactly is wrong with the person. So as a data scientist, you're going to be doing that as well, but not as a doctor, right? As a data scientist. Okay, so you're going to be doing a lot of diagnostic analytics to understand why a particular problem is occurring within the company. All right, and then you do predictive analytics. Okay, can we look at this, what AliExpress, the sales for AliExpress is going to be like in the next couple of months? All right, can we see what it's going to be like in the next couple of years? So things I'm going to be doing as a data scientist, doing natural language processing, you'll be doing machine learning. Your key learning areas include statistics. You learn how to use Excel to do statistics. You also learn how to use Excel for statistics. You learn how to do forecasting and predictive analytics using Microsoft Excel as well, how to forecast for the future, how to predict what's going to happen in the next couple of months. You use Excel to do that. This Excel that we're looking at is looking plain. If you know what Excel can do for you, you'll be amazed. Okay, so we'll learn this as well. We'll learn Tableau for data analytics, how to use Tableau to also do a bit of forecasting, how to do visualization. Okay, because it's an added advantage for you as a data scientist if you can visualize data. All all right? Then you learn SQL, which is structured query language for databases. Your database is like your warehouse where you store data. It's like, you know, when we're growing up and we have storerooms in our house where they keep a lot of things, right? So that's like more like into your database where you store data, and then for any reason, if you need to work with a certain particular set of data or certain data or what have you, you're able to speak the language of SQL to draw out the data that you need. So you learn structured query language as well. You learn Python programming. You learn how to use Python for data analysis. You learn exploratory data analysis. This is literally like look at patterns within a data set. How is this thing reoccurring over again? You learn how to draw out patterns from data. You learn how to use machine learning. You learn machine learning, right? You learn computer vision. If you go on LinkedIn, you see a lot of projects, a lot of computer vision projects from our students where, you know, they are able to wave their hands and whatever they have built is waving along with them. You learn GitHub version control. You learn how to use ChatGPT as well, which is the AI that everybody is scared of again. You learn how to use Microsoft Fabrics for analytics. Now, for your learning timeline as a data scientist, you can become a data scientist in 4 months, just in 4 months. Kolade joined in November. This is June, right? And you can see what he's building as well, just very quickly and so known. Of course, you have to put in your own effort as well, but just by joining to analytics and doing everything necessary, you can see what he's able to come up with in less than 6 months. So you can also get started in 4 months. Your learning journey is for 3 months, 3 months of live classes, and then 1 month of internship, right? So for the data science program, it's also on weekends, and we have the morning session, we have the evening session. For the morning session, it's between 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time. And this caters to people in Europe, Africa, UK, and so on and so forth. Okay. And then for the evening session, it's from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. West African time, and it caters for people in North America. Yeah, Canada is North America, United States, and so on and so forth. All right. And that's like 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So on Sundays, instead of having live classes, we have something that we call the Watch Me Do It videos. And these are videos that we've curated ever so carefully to cater for concepts that you need to learn. So the way it works, we send you these videos, you learn concepts, you learn terms that you need to know, you learn a little bit of calculation, and then you come to class on Saturdays to work on real life case studies. Okay, so these are real life case studies that we have gathered and, you know, just like tweak a little for you to gain actual knowledge of how you can apply the things that you're learning in real life. All right, how you can apply the things that you're learning in real life, because it's one thing to know how to use Excel. It's one thing to know how to use Excel, right? But it's one thing to know how to apply VLOOKUP in Excel to a real life scenario. All right. So these are things that you're going to learn in Tenalytics. You're going to be working on real life case studies just to fill in the knowledge that you're gaining. Okay. So that's pretty much it for the data science program. The tools that you learn: Excel, Tableau, SQL, Python. You learn ChatGPT. You learn how to use Microsoft Fabric, and so much and so forth. So if you are interested in data science program, can you drop DS for me in the chat? Data science, can you drop DS? Anybody? Oh, okay, fantastic. Now let's very quickly look at cybersecurity, and then I think Jumai is back, and can have Jumai present, and then we'll explain what data analytics is all about. So cybersecurity, that was Usman, right? And again, it started in April. This is June. You can see what he's doing already. So as a cybersecurity analyst, you are a professional who plays a crucial role in protecting an organization's computer systems and network from cyber threats. You're like the security guard of an estate, but you know, that was just literally, you are going to be in charge of ensuring that every external person that is trying to penetrate into the system of the company without permission is thrown out, ever so forcefully. All right. So if you're just protecting an organization's computer systems from cyber threats and cyber threats, you know how people are able to just log into a company's system and steal the data of the company. They steal the data of the company, and then they start to sell these things in the dark web, in the black market, and all those things. For example, I think recently I was seeing something on Twitter where somebody was saying that the NIN right now, people that are in charge of the NIN are selling our data, right? So as a cybersecurity analyst, for example, if you're working with NIMC, you're going to be in charge of ensuring that that thing does not happen. It does not get to the point where people are able to log into the NIMC system to steal people's details and then be selling it. And they were saying that, somebody made a comment about, so that means that it's possible for somebody to steal somebody else's data, right? Steal their data. You know how we register with BVN and NIN and all those things. To steal their data and guys to collect loan in the bank. That was quite hilarious, right? So as a cybersecurity analyst, what we're going to be doing is ensuring that that never happens to your company's network or computer system. All right. So your key learning areas will be foundations of computing and networking. You don't have to have any background or any knowledge of these things, because again, we'll teach you everything that you need to know, straight up from what is IP address, what is LAN, which is local area network, what is WAN, which is wide area network. All of those things you're going to learn every single thing that has to do with foundation of computing and networking. And then you learn introduction to cybersecurity, what cybersecurity is about, what the cyberspace is about, the different policies that are within the cyberspace and cybersecurity. You learn foundations of, okay, I've said that before. You learn information security principles. There are a lot of principles that guide this. Cybersecurity is a wide space, right? So there are a lot of principles that actually guide this space. And these are things that you need to learn, because again, if you don't know the basics, you can never understand the advanced part of it. So you learn these things, you learn offensive and defensive cybersecurity, you learn cryptography basics, okay? You learn how to mitigate against cyber threats and attack vectors, and network security, endpoint security, web and application security, cloud security, incidents response and forensics, and then cybersecurity policies and compliance, right? And the most beautiful part of this is that you get you can literally just pick one and major in it, okay? And you're just set, you're set for life, for good, okay? So for your learning timeline, it's for 4 months as well. The cybersecurity program is for 4 months. You have 3 months of learning journey, and then 1 month of working on real world projects. Okay, so for cybersecurity, it's on Saturdays and Sundays as well. On Saturdays, morning, we have 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. All right, West African time. And then on Sundays, we have 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. West African time. All right, so you get to know how to use tools like Wireshark, VMware, Python. You also do SQL, right? SQL is just everywhere, almost everywhere. So you learn how to use SQL, Splunk, Bobsuit, Zap, Linux, WebGoat, and so on and so forth. So if the cybersecurity program interests you, can you drop CS for me in the chat? I want to see CS. Anybody? Fantastic. So very quickly, we're going to take our presentation from Jumai, and I'm going to come back and explain what data analytics is all about, and then we'll close for the day. All right. So, hi, Jumai. Are you able to speak to us now?
Yeah. Thank you for your patience. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's better.
Okay. So I'll be sharing my screen now. Okay, so my name is Jume Chesa and I'm from Data Analytics and April Cohort. So I'll just be presenting one of my projects titled Strategic Analysis and Recommendations for Tectonis Innovations. So quickly, I'll go through the company overview. Tectonis Innovation is a tech company into production of microchips and robotics. The key customer sector, they have 3 customer sectors, which include automotive, consumer electronics, and industrial products. Then the challenges of Tectonis. Presently, Tectonis Innovation, they are doing very well. They are performing very well in terms of share and profit making. They are above average, but they are just looking for a way of optimizing their production and also seeing a way to expand their markets into other areas they've not covered. So the analysis goal, I have 4 analysis goals, which include sales performance, customer insights, and inventory optimization, profitability, and market expansion opportunities. So based on this, I was able to create 4 dashboards. Based on the analysis goals, I was able to create 4 dashboards. So this is my first one. The first one says sales performance analysis. Then the second one, look into customer insights. The third one, the third one, so the third one is inventory optimization, and the last one is profitability analysis. Okay, so I will just give a summary of the sales performance. A summary of the sales performance. So from the analysis, the total sales amount for the reporting period is $252 million. Then from a total of 501,000 quantities sold, the average sales is $25,500. So from this, the key insights I generated from their performance on the sales include, from the first chart I have here, the peak sales was realized in the month of April with total amount of $23.2 million. And this was followed by a sharp drop in the month of May to $18.7 million in May. But for the second half of the year, from July to December, the sales were steady. Also, from the second chart I have here, it shows the average sales by quarter, months, versus product category. So the top, we have 3 products that are being sold in Tectonis Innovation. We have microchips, robotic, and sensor. So the top performer of all those 3 products is sensor products with the highest sale, which was realized in the month of April, $27.66 thousand in the month of April, then followed by robotic in September with average sales of $27.63 thousand. But in the month of May, where we had that low sales performance, we could see that all the products performed poorly in the month of May. So that is for the sales performance analysis. So I'll go straight to the customer insight. So from this, I have 2 charts that shows quantity sold by customer sector versus product category. So from this,
we have 500 customers from 5 countries spread across 3 regions. Then 10,000 transactions were performed within this period of analysis. The key insights I generated from the quantity that was sold by the customer sector, because we have 3 customer sector: the industrial, the consumer electronics, and the automotive. So from this analysis, the industrial sector exhibited the highest customer base at 35%, followed closely by consumer electronics, and then automotive sector. Within this sector, microchips emerge as the top selling product, representing a significant portion of sales at 30, that is across the customer sector, at 38% for industrial, 40% for consumer electronics, and 37% for the automotive product. So we now looked at the profits that is being generated from the various customer sector, from the region and to the country. So we can see from this place that a total of $53,094,315 was generated overall. But the highest profit was generated from the industrial sector. And from that category, we have the North America of the 3 regions that did better, with USA leading, generating the highest profit. So I look at the next analysis, which is the industry optimization. In this place, we try to compare the production costs by the average sales by quarter and by month from my first chart. Then the key insights generated from the analysis from sales versus cost. From this chart, we see that sales are consistently higher than the cost of production, and that indicates overall productivity. That is why I said from my introduction that presently Tektronix, they are performing above average. They are just looking for a way to generate more profit, as every company will always like to do better. So from this place, I was able to divide that, we have some of the performance based on seasons. Then we see that the sales peaked in April. That was where we had the ISA and profit generation, then followed by the month of August and in October, and which shows the highest sales and significant profit margin. Then we had spikes. Production costs peak in the month of March and in June. That is the cost peak above sale, and that's not good for profitability, and that shows inefficiency. Then I move to also, this also shows the profits generated, the sales based on the various products. In mail sales, based on the products, which is microchips, robotics, and sensor, in May shows a significant drop. There was a drop in sales within while production costs remain stable with the previous years. Then the stable months, we have January was stable, February was stable, June and July shows a stable trend comparing the sales and the cost of production. Then towards the year ending, we saw that there was a decline, which is also based on seasonal effects. I'll just go to the next analysis, which is profitability analysis. in this section, I try to analyze the types of products to see the profits that are being generated. Then profit margin, I analyzed because there were so many products. I just took 10 top performing and poor performing product. So for the best performing products, we can see from this analysis, the green charts at the left side shows product 1486. Sorry, products 1486 demonstrate the most profit margin. The most profit margin, while for the least performing product, with the poorest profit margin is product 1328 with minus 4.80. So the essence of this is to see whether to increase the production of some particular product or to drop them in order to maximize cost of production and also to generate profit. Then the profit by sector, the industrial sector emerged as the fourth runner, boasting a profit margin of 37.6%. And within this sector, microchips yield the highest profit margin at 39.6%. Closely followed by robotic at 30.8%. So I'll be going to the last one, which is the market expansion opportunities. Like I stated earlier, that the products that Tektronix Innovation are into is across 5 countries, which is through 3 regions of the world. Then from this place, in North America, we have the USA, we have in Asia, we have China, Japan, and South Korea. Then in Europe, we have just Germany in Europe, although there are other companies. I don't know why they've not expand their sales to include other countries in Europe. So from this sales by country, the customer base, we have 500 individuals from all of these countries and regions. So opportunities for market expansion exist within additional European countries. As I said earlier, it's only in Germany that they markets and make sales in. Also, we look at other areas. We could see other areas of regions of the world that Tektronix have not expanded into, which poses opportunity for them to expand their market into. We see that there is opportunity in South America, there is opportunity in Africa, and there is opportunity in Australia. If they can break through to these regions, they can make their sales more and also generate profit. So from my analysis, I have recommendations from all of the insights generated. Firstly, from the sales strategy, I will advise that they implement targeted market campaigns for high value customer segments from the North American, that is mostly USA. They can make more campaigns there to increase their sales. Also, they can also introduce loyalty programs to retain top customers. And for the products that are not doing very well, they can look at probably dropping it or re-strategizing to increase market in those areas. Then for profitability, I would advise that they focus on products with high profit margin, exploit cost reduction for strategies for less profitable products. Also, they can, like I said earlier, they can drop those products that are not performing very well, or look for a way of probably producing alternative to them. Then for production planning, I will advise that they invest in advanced forecasting tools, as we can see those seasonal drops high and low. So if they have forecasting tools, they will be able to predict better the demand and know the level of production to reduce cost and also to maximize profit. Then they can optimize inventory level to match turnover rates and reduce holding costs. They can also adjust production schedule based on sales forecast to minimize overproduction. Then for market expansion, as I've stated earlier, they can focus on expanding in high growth regions such as Asia Pacific, then explore expansion to those untapped regions that I pointed, like the South America, the Australia and African markets also. Then they can strengthen their market position through competitive analysis insights as the one they've had now. Then they can also develop new products tailored to high demand in the markets. In conclusion, Tektronics Innovation is well positioned to enhance its sales strategy, as they're already doing very well before. They can optimize their production planning, explore new market opportunities. If they focus on cost management and seasonal trends and monitor their performance, the company can achieve sustained profitability and even do better. Thank you.
Hi, that was such an amazing presentation. Thank you so much. All right. Jumai, when did you join Tenalytics?
In the month of April. I started in April.
You don't say April 2024.
Yeah, this year, 2024.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
I
And so
didn't
was
have
able to
any previous knowledge before. I don't have any previous knowledge in this.
Wow. All right. This is very impressive. Okay. April, this is June. So that's April, May, June. 3 months, just 3 months, and see what Jumai can do in just 3 months with no background knowledge. Again, Jumai, thank you so much for coming. It's an honor hosting you today. All right.
Thank
So I'm very, very interested in explaining what a data analyst does. And if you're, very excited to know, can you drop DA for me in the chat as well? Okay, Shola, amazing. So I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen and let's see what a data analyst does. Let's see what data analytics is all about. Okay, so a data analyst is responsible for analyzing and interpreting data to generate insights and support data-driven decision making. Now you can see what Jumai just presented, right? That was a full report by a data analyst, right? So what you're going to be doing is, if I tell you that report that you're seeing is from a messy Excel sheet, right? So the company collected data or what have you, and it was just in a plain Excel sheet or spreadsheet. And then she took it from there, took it into Power BI, analyzed it, and generated that report that we just looked at. That report, it was from that kind of Excel sheet, right? So after generating that report, it's basically you're interpreting the data of the company to generate insights. You could see the insights that she was able to generate from just that data, and then how she's able to put together our the sales pattern of the company, what is going on with the company and what is not going on well with the company, the whole using key indicators and performance indicators, and then of course making drawing a conclusion from that data. So as a data analyst, you're going to be looking into the company's data to generate insights, make sense of their data, right? And a data analyst is needed in every organization, every industry, every company. There is no, because people are generating data per second in this new world that we are in, and they need people with the skills of a data analyst to make sense of that data. Because imagine having just figures, you're just looking at figures in a spreadsheet. It makes no sense, right? So they need people with the knowledge of Excel, with your knowledge of Power BI, with the knowledge of Tableau to make sense of that data so that the company can make decisions based on the insights, the reports that you have generated from that data. All right. So you're going to be working with technical and non-technical stakeholders, right? Your non-technical stakeholders will be the owners of the company, because obviously, like, the only reason why they hire a data analyst is because they don't have the idea of how to use, tools like Excel, and they don't even have any idea on what data analysis is about. Just know that, okay, they need a data analyst. So you're going to be doing descriptive analytics, looking at what the company, talking about what the company what has happened in the company for the past couple of years, months back. You can go as far back as when the company even started, if they've started collecting data by then. So you do descriptive analytics, you do diagnostic analytics as well, to talk about why is this particular situation happening in the company. Say, for example, you work with a company that you work with AliExpress, right? And they sell different things, and maybe during rainy season they sell a lot of umbrellas. During non-rainy season, umbrellas are not selling. These are like things that you can actually gain insights and generate ideas from just by doing diagnostic analytics. So these are things that I'm going to be doing. And for the key learning areas, we have problem solving. Okay, so as a data analyst, you're going to be solving the problems of the company. It is not just to generate data, but it's not just to generate data or generate insights, but what can, the insights that you generated, how can it solve the problems of the company? So you're going to learn the different problem solving techniques that we have. You're going to learn how to use Excel formulas and functions, how to use pivot tables and VLOOKUP and XLOOKUP, and how to do pivot charts, and how to generate insights using Excel. Excel, as small as Excel people think Excel is, there's a lot that I can do for you. In fact, we've had people that just by learning Excel, they've gotten jobs. You see companies looking for Excel data analysts. So just with the knowledge of Excel, you're able to land a job as a data analyst. So Excel, you also learn SQL, right? I've explained what SQL is before, the language of databases. You learn how to use Power BI, how to import data from different sources into Power BI, how to generate insight, how to clean and transform your data within Power BI. All right. You learn how to tell stories. You learn how to build interactive. Now, the dashboard that Jumai just presented was built in Power BI. So imagine what you can do with Power BI just by learning how to actually use it. All right. And then you learn how to share your reports in a way that maybe you're working remotely, you work with people for example, I'm in Nigeria, I work with people in Canada, right? So if I'm generating reports with Power BI, I don't necessarily have to carry my laptop to Canada to go and show them. I can share with them just by clicking one or two things within Power BI. And you're going to learn how to use these things as well. You're going to learn how to share your reports in Power BI. You learn how to use Tableau for data storytelling, because as a data analyst, you need to know how to tell your story in a way that it makes sense to the company. If you're trying to do a descriptive analytics of what happened in AliExpress in 2023, isn't that you just come and say, okay, this is what happened. You tell it in a way that the stakeholders will understand, okay, this is what happened in this sector, this is what happened in this product or what have you, this is what happened. So you're able to put your story together in a way that it's very interesting to listen to, and you're able to understand and know, okay, what next should we move to? So you learn data storytelling, you learn ChatGPT for analytics, how to use ChatGPT to do your analysis, and then you learn how to use Microsoft Fabric for analytics. Now, your learning timeline is for 4 months, right? You have 4 months of learning, 3 months of interactive live classes, working with case studies, working with projects, doing project-based classes, and then 1 month of internship where you get to work with a dedicated colleague to work on real life case studies. All right, your live classes are on weekends as well. on Saturdays, we have the morning session, which is from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time. And then we have the evening session, which is from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. West African time. All right. And that's 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Okay. And then we have this Sunday for Watch Me Do It videos as well. I explained what that was, what that is about earlier, where we, have created videos that explains concepts to you. And then when you come to class on Saturday, you get to work on case studies that you can then put in your portfolio. And in a minute, I'm going to show you what a portfolio looks like. Okay. So I've explained business analysis, I've explained data analytics, I've explained data science, and I've explained cyber security. After my explanation, can you tell me in the chat which one you'd like to register for before we move into the other total package? So data science, data analytics, business analysis, and cybersecurity. Which of them would you like to register for? Okay, can see BA, cybersecurity, DA for me. Okay, I can't pronounce his name, but Theory wants to do too. I love that, love the energy. Okay, so let's see. These are examples. We've looked at the different projects that our students have done, right? But you can even take it further by putting your project in a portfolio. Now, what's a portfolio? This is where you house your projects. This is where you are able to showcase your projects to people, to recruiters, not people, to recruiters, company, to people as well, to show them that this is what you've been doing for the past couple of months, or this is what you're able to do. These are the skills that you've amassed over the years and over the months, and that you are able to share. So I'm going to just click on one of them and see, show you what it looks like. Okay. Then if you have questions, please feel free to drop your questions in the chat, and we'll take your questions from there. Okay. So if you have questions, please feel free to drop your questions in the chat, and we will take your questions. We are moving towards the end of the program. So this is all right. This is portfolio. This is a portfolio right here. Okay. Edidion, can you see the portfolio on my screen?
Yes, I can see it.
Thank you. So this is somebody's portfolio from one of our students as well. You can see this is a project they did on deep care hospital area of visit analysis, where they were able to give recommendation to the hospital to reduce the patient wait time by 15% and increase, just so they can increase customer rating by 20%. This is the project. If you click on here, it will take you to where the project is, to do like a deep dive into what the project is about. This is another one here, and these are the projects that this person has worked on, and they're able to put together this project in a way that if I'm a recruiter and I'm looking for a data analyst and I just stumble on that person's project or that person's portfolio, of course I'm going to hire the person, but just look at the amazing things that the person has done with that portfolio. All right. So okay, so that's what we have on portfolios. Sorry. Okay, so that's what we have on portfolios. Then another thing is that what separates you from the competition. So we have a lot of people that call themselves data analysts, but what exactly would separate you from the competition? What will separate you from the competition? That's where we have our four basic breakdown. Why should you train with Tenalytics? Number one is the phenomenal achievements that we have done over time. We've helped over 2,000 people transition from the classroom into their first job in tech across the world in general. We also have industry standard facilitators and curriculum. Our curriculums are tailored in a way that regardless of your whatever background you're coming from, regardless of whatever, situation that you found yourself in previously. If you're trying to transition from one background, from a background that you're not interested in, to another, we have industry standard facilitators that will hold your hands to ensure that this transition is smooth. And then we also have the curriculum, our state-of-the-art curriculum that is structured in a way that is very beginner friendly. We also have the blended training method to accommodate every learning type. So if you like to come for live classes, which is also very, very important, we have the live classes and we have the watch me do it videos to combine different people that are from, we have our learning styles, right? If you're somebody who does not like to sit in class for too long, be able to watch the videos too, and you'll still be able to catch up and do everything that you need to do. Then we also have the tailored sessions to position yourself to land a job, right? I'm going to dive into the tailored sessions in a minute. These are like the tailored sessions, the additional employability services. We have the CV review session, which is, of course, tailored towards helping you review your CVs. You see some CVs, even me that I'm not a recruiter, I see some CVs and I'm just very confused because why does it look like that, right? So we'll teach you how to tailor your CV in a way that is very, very enticing for, recruiters, talent sourcers, I don't know what to call them, and so on and so forth. Okay. Then we also have the LinkedIn optimization session where we teach you how to optimize your LinkedIn. We teach you how to optimize your LinkedIn in a way that is very attractive. Some people have their family pictures on their LinkedIn, their LinkedIn profile. This is not proper. We'll tell you what to put there, what not to put there. We even have consistency projects where we encourage you to put your projects on LinkedIn, so much so that you start to gain visibility, start to connect with people, network with people, and before you know it, you're doing so well, you're getting emails, messages from recruiters to come for interviews. We have the Upwork optimization session for people that do not want to work with companies. You want to work as a freelancer, or maybe you want to have your 9 to 5 and still make more money on the side, right? We'll teach you how to create Upwork profile, how to freelance, and how to make that money. We have the navigating the job market session, and these are sessions that are tailored towards helping you navigate the job market. Now, it's one thing to know these skills, it's another thing to know how to market your skills. All right. So where should you go to look for jobs? What should you do to look for jobs? We'll teach you all of that. We'll teach you job and interview. If you have job interviews, you need preparation, we'll do that for you. If you've gotten even after you've ended your role with us, maybe you've landed multiple jobs, you want to do more interviews, you reach out to us, we would help you prepare for your interviews. We also have a recommendation or reference letter where if you've gotten a job, you need somebody to write your reference letter, we'll write that reference letter for you. We'll give you a recommendation letter and so on and so forth. Then we have the weekly mentorship session. And if you were listening when Usman was talking earlier, he said that on Thursdays and Fridays, we have the mentorship session where we'll teach you, we'll mentor you, because mentorship is very important, right? You cannot, displace the place of mentorship. The fact that some people have gone before you, they've made all the mistakes that you could possibly make, and then you come here, would ensure that you do not make the same mistakes. That's what mentorship is about. So we'll bring in people, seasoned recruiters, seasoned people in the industry to talk to you on how you can navigate your tech career path without making the same mistakes that they've made. And one thing they said about following who knows road, because if you follow someone that knows road, you will not get lost, right? So that's what the weekly mentorship session is about. Then we have the on-the-job support, where you got in your job, you need somebody to put you through one or two things. At the beginning of your job, you have one or two tasks that you're able to, go through on your own. Will support you on that. And then lastly, we have the guaranteed promise to you, which is it's a guaranteed job interview 1 month after completing your training with us. All right. So again, it always seems impossible until it is done. We have multiple people that have gone through the program and they are doing so fine. This is Biola. Biola was an accountant and he transitioned into data analytics, right? He took the data analytics course and then he currently works with a financial giant in the UK. Okay, so you can go to our YouTube channel to even listen to what Biola has to say, right, about how he was able to get his job just by joining Tenalytics. We have Olugbemi, who was a banker. He was working with Access Bank or UBA, I'm not sure. And then he transitioned into business data analytics, right? He took the data analytics program and now he works as a business data analyst in Canada. This is Idris. Idris is a superstar. He works full-time with Jaguar, the car, the Jaguar. You understand what I mean? As a data engineer after training with us, right? So Idris joined our program, he took the data science program, and now he works as a data engineer with Jaguar. All right. And even now, he has gotten another job again. That he came to come and do interview and ask for reference later. Now currently works as a senior analytics engineer. So these are a lot of success stories. This is Muhyiddin. Okay. Muhyiddin works remotely with BBX in the UK. If I tell you where Muhyiddin is, you'll be very surprised. He's in Ibadan, Nigeria, right? But he works with BBX in the UK as a business data analyst. All right. So this is Muhyiddin's story. You can always tap on it to listen at the end of the program. Now, our next course is going to be starting 6th of July. All right. Mark the date, 6th of July. All right. And to join the next cohort, this is what you need to do. To join the next cohort is what you need to do. Just give me a minute. Okay, so I'm going to reshare my screen. Right. Okay, so to join, okay. I'm not sure what I'm sharing. All right, so to join the next cohort, you need to make payments, of course. All right, you need to make payments, and discount is for the first 20 people. Discount is for the first 20 people. So for people that are interested in joining business analysis, data analytics, data science, and cybersecurity, if you're going to be paying in dollars, the full amount is $750. Okay, but we are currently running a discount to account for a lot of people. This is where a lot of people get to take advantage. A lot of people actually get to take advantage of the discounts. So if you're going to be paying for any of the programs, instead of paying $750, you get to pay $600. Now, you also get to pay in 2 installments, right? First installment, you pay $400. And then second installment, you pay $200 1 month into the program. So for business analysis, data analytics, data science, cybersecurity, if you're paying in pounds, you ought to pay £625. But because of the discounts, you get to pay £500, right? So $350 at the start of the program, then $150 1 month into the program. If you're paying in euros, you're paying 730 euros. That's you ought to pay 730 euros, but because of the discount, you get to pay 580 euros, where you're going to be to register. You pay 400 euros and then 180 euros 1 month into the program. For people paying in Canadian dollars, right? Instead of 125 Canadian dollars, you get to pay 900 Canadian dollars, and that's 600 to register and 300 1 month into the program to balance up. Lastly, if you're paying in Naira, instead of 900,000, no, you get to pay 720,000 Naira. So that's 500,000 Naira to register, right? To claim your spot in the program, and then 220,000 Naira 1 month into the program. So you can scan the barcode on my screen to register, or you can click on the link that my colleague is dropping in the chat to also make your payments. And let me reiterate that it's for the first 20 people. So as soon as we hit that 20, every other person will be reverting back to this full payment. Okay, every other person will be reverting back to paying this full payment. So first come, first serve. Very important that you take take the step right now. Okay, so as soon as we max out on 20, every other person will be paying the full amount. So at this junction, please start to drop your questions. I'm going to take all the questions that you guys drop. These are more success stories. This is Damilare, who got a job as a sustainability data analyst in the UK. This is Benga. Benga was unemployed for 2 years, and then he joined Analytics because it felt like, what was the problem? Why was he not getting any job? He stayed in Poland, right? And then he joined Analytics, and believe me, Benga, after finishing his Excel class, he started to get interviews just by learning how to use Excel. All right. So this is Benga's story. I'm right here. We can always listen to it at our own leisure time. This is Damilare sending a message to Adeza, right, our founder, that he got a job as a sustainability data analyst in the UK. You can see him saying, "I'm super excited to inform you and the entire Analytics employability team that I have successfully landed a role." Funny enough, when Damilare reached out to us via email, right, that he wanted to do an interview, and Damilare did his program in 2023. Right. And then he reached out to us this year that he has an interview. We need to prep him. We got on the call with him as soon as possible. We prepped him for that interview. And then this is him sending an email to thank us for this. You can see, "I want to thank you for your support throughout the phase. God bless you guys. Real good." This is Damilare's story. Let me see if I can play. All right. So we also have more people. These are business analysts. You can see Michael here. Michael came into the program, right? He currently stays in the UK. He joined Analytics and he finished his program. He got a job and then he referred someone else, 2 people, to come and take the program. That's how people are getting jobs and referring their people to come and enjoy the taste of tech as well. You can see him saying here that I got a business data analyst role on Friday, and so on and so forth. Thank you for your support this past month. I really appreciate it. That's how supportive we are and how much we're going to cater for you. This is Sheyi Abdurrashid, and Rashid resides here in Nigeria, and he works as a data scientist with Child 420 in the US, right? He also took the full stack data science program at Analytics. Many other stories. There's a lot. In fact, I don't even know where to start from. I'm just going to try and play one so that we hear from the horse's mouth, and then we'll call it a day. Okay. I'm just going to stop sharing here. Again, if you have questions, please drop them in the chat. We are going to answer all your questions. I'm just going to share my screen. Let's see. Let's play one of the testimonials and then we'll wrap up very quickly.
Hi everyone, my name is Damilare. Today I want to quickly share my testimony of how I was able to transition into tech, all with the help of Analytics. So it happened over a year ago.
Okay.
Hi everyone, my name is Damilare. Today I want to quickly share my testimony of how I was able to transition into tech, all with the help of Analytics. So it happened over a year ago when I saw a post on Twitter, now X, that talks about how to learn a new tech skill. I followed the post and landed on a page where I got to discover Analytics for the very first time. There I saw a list of skills that you could learn, but the one that resonated with me the most was data analysis. So I registered for the masterclass, I attended, and I was blown away by what was taught at the masterclass. And it didn't take me too long to make my decision of registering for the data analysis course with Analytics. And the rest, like they say, is history. So for me, it's been an amazing journey learning with Analytics because I've been able to learn the intricacies of data analysis, all with the help of Analytics, putting together seasoned instructors that will take you from zero or whatever level you are to becoming a master at any tech skill that you decide to learn with them. Also, with Analytics, I've been able to learn how to use tools like Microsoft Excel, BI tools like Power BI, Tableau, and even SQL to analyze data in a more robust way and also give actionable insights and recommendations into my findings after my analysis. And beyond the learning, Analytics have put together awesome mentorship sessions that has helped me personally to position myself out there for jobs and also helped me to optimize my LinkedIn page and profile where recruiters now reach out to me for jobs as well. So another thing is Analytics have been super helpful when it comes to interview preparation. They've been able to prepare me for several interviews just to put me in the best place when it comes to interviewing for jobs out there. So Tenalytics have been super helpful. And this is something that I don't think is common out there, where you see people teach you these tech skills and still stick with you until you're able to land a very good job. And right now, I can confidently tell you that I am a certified data analyst, and I've been able to land a very good job with awesome benefit, all thanks to Tenalytics. So I believe now is the best moment for me to say a huge thank you to Tenalytics for helping me achieve my dreams of transitioning into tech. Because if not for Tenalytics, I don't know where I would have been. So I want to say a very big thank you to Tenalytics for helping me achieve my dreams. To wrap up, if you're looking into learning any tech skill, don't look too far. Tenalytics is the best place to be. Why? Because you've heard my testimony. There are several other testimonies out there as well. So if you're looking into learning any tech skill, just register with Tenalytics today. Come one, come all, refer your friends, refer your family members who are looking into transitioning into tech as well, because what Tenalytics offer is super great than what you can see out there. So I recommend Tenalytics to you and your family members today. Just go ahead and take massive action. Register with Tenalytics and you won't regret doing that. You won't be disappointed at all, guys. So that's it from me today. I want to.
All right, so that's Damilare encouraging everybody to register their family and friends, to join Tenalytics. So there are more stories to check out, right? You just need to go to our YouTube channel, or of course, fill the attendance form, right? As soon as we are, by tomorrow, you should be able to get the details of this session. You'll be able to go through everything and of course, let us know if you have questions. So we are going to be wrapping up at this junction. I can see a couple of questions in the chat. I'm going to try and answer them. Now I know the attitude in it here is the I can attitude. Okay. Shalafen, not sure if that is the question. By learning DA, is it possible to apply for the role of a BA during a job interview? All right, David. So to answer your questions, these are different roles. Okay. A data analyst and a business analyst work together. But if you were here when I was explaining the key learning areas for a data analyst, I mentioned Excel, Power BI, SQL, Tableau, data storytelling. These are the things that you're going to be learning for data analytics, and this will be like the core of the tools that you're going to be learning. But for business analysis, again, you're like the bridge in between the stakeholders and the technology team. And technology team, they are the software developers, the full stack people, the data engineers, and so on and so forth. So as a BA, you're going to be learning process mapping. You're going to be doing a lot of communicating. You're going to be learning stakeholders analysis and engagement. You're going to be learning how to build your as-is and to-be processes. You're going to be learning how to gather requirements. A data analyst cannot do that, right? So there are two different roles that are very distinct, and for most companies, you'd see the data analyst, the BA within within the team. All right. So they can't really work together. All right. I mean, you can't apply for the role of a BA for a job interview. There are two different skill sets entirely. I don't know if I've missed out on any other questions. If you could redrop them so I can. So King Solo, with the same or extra payment or a discounted fee? I'm not. All right, so I believe my colleague is answering that already. Do we have any questions? You can also use the raise hand icon so that I can, call you, you unmute and ask your questions. I can see a question on physical class located in Nigeria. So Dr. Moye, yes, that's the pronunciation. Our company, Tenalytics, is registered in Canada, right? You can check us out on our social media pages or, our website, or just online, right? We do not have a physical location here in Nigeria. But we are fully registered in Canada. And that's even added advantage for you, because you get to say that, at the end of your program, you've consulted with a company based in Canada. So that's like a big, huge one for our students. All right. I'm interested in BA and DA. Can I do both? Yes, you can. But can you do it at the same time? No, you cannot. Right. So we advise that you register for one. Okay, you can pay for both at the same time, depends on you, because discounts moves. By the time you're ready to take the DA, you might not ready to take it, either one of the second one, the discount might not be the same again. So you can pay for both, but would fully focus you on one. All right. So if you pay for business analysis and data analytics, and you say that you want to take data analytics first, you fully focus on data analytics. So when you're done with data analytics, you can come back to take business analysis. We don't want you to have diversified attention. It's just to fully focus on one, master it and learn it. Then you can come and upskill later. Please, can you highlight the payment again? Dishanti, can you see my screen? I'm not sure. Oh, sorry, I'm not sure. What am I sharing? Okay. I'm just going
Hello, Dami. We were seeing your screen actually.
Oh, okay. Thank you. All right. So Dishanti, yes. So this is the payment for any of the programs. This is the full amount for, because of the discount right now. If you pay now, you get to pay the discounted amount instead of paying the full amount. And if you're going to be making payments in any of the currencies, this is the first installment that you are going to be paying, and then second payments after 1 month into the program. A cohort is a class. Let's just say it's a class. So we have the January class, February class, March class. Just call it cohorts, but it's a class. It's not don't be worried about it. Can I get a session you did on financial analysis? All right, yeah, Funke. So we have sessions coming up on financial analysis, but just to check it out immediately, you can go to our YouTube channel. We have tons and tons of masterclasses, practical masterclasses on financial analytics that you can check out, okay? That you can watch and check out, right? So we're wrapping up now. Do we have any other questions? We have clarity sessions coming up. For people that are still confused, you need to talk to somebody one-on-one. You can please sign up for our clarity sessions. And we will get to you to speak to you one-on-one. So very quickly, I'm going to run through how to make payments. Okay, so I'm going to just share that screen. Once you click on the link that is being shared, it takes you to this payment center. Can you see the payment center? Edijon, please, can you see the payment center?
Yes, I can.
Thank you very much. So you come here, and if you want to chat with us, you chat with us here. To gain access to the full information on all the programs, you can get access to all program brochure. Okay, then once you've made your payments, you need to upload your receipts here. So don't just make payments and leave it at that. You need to upload your receipt. So once you upload your receipt, we'll send you an email, a confirmation email. We'll confirm your payments, and then we'll send you all the things that you need, necessary things you need to get onboarded into class. Okay, so if you're making direct transfer, if you're paying in card, this is the card account details. Okay, if you're making payments in Great British pounds, account details for the pounds. For the United States dollars, account details. For Nigeria account details, you also have this as well. All right, but if you want to pay with your card, which is the coolest way to go, you just come here. We have all our programs. You select the program that you want to register for. So if I'm selecting data analytics, right? If I'm selecting that, it will take me to the data analytics payments page. Okay, so depending on the country that you're in, it will show you the currency. So this is 720. If I'm paying first installment, I'll pay 500,000. Then I would click on it to reserve a seat. Enter your name. Just gonna enter my name and my phone number, which is optional anyway. You click on proceed, then it rolls and rolls. Hopefully it does not roll that much. You enter your card details, okay? Enter your card details, and yeah, you make your payments. And that's it. That's it. That's really the process, guys. That's the process. All right. Okay, so to answer your question, I beg, which one gets job fast between DA and BE? Now, again, I said that all our programs are unpicked. Okay, they are unpicked. And when we say something is unpicked, it means that you've done your research and you've seen that, okay, these are the most lucrative out of all the tech career paths out there. So I won't say that it's business analysis or DA that gets the job first. Again, you need to, it's your skills, it's your the way you carry yourself, it's your commitment that gets you the job. Business analysis, data, and we have tons of people getting jobs in the business analysis and data analytics field every day. Okay, so all programs are able to get you your job, get you to your goal as soon as you register, pick up the skills, and get started. I hope that answers your question. Okay, so last question. Some people are living outside West Africans. What are you gonna do for people living in Eastern time zone? Okay, so Michael, I'm not sure where you stay, but people that are in the Eastern time zone also join. Most times they join the West African time zone, but if you're unable to join, you can also join the North America time zone. Okay, so just look at the timing, which one works better for you, and then pick it. But even if you're still confused, please sign up for our clarity session so that we can discuss better on which of them you align better to. Is like there's more success story with the data program than is that where more dreams are? All right, so if you want to see more success stories on David for cybersecurity and every other program, please go to our YouTube channel. There are videos, tons of videos that you can listen to, of people that have gone through the program, or people that are currently going through the program. There isn't one that is more than the others. There are jobs in cybersecurity, there are jobs in data analytics. All right, so I never said anything about Scrum Master. Normally, we have Scrum Master, we have our Scrum Master masterclass tomorrow. Today is basically to spotlight the 4 programs that we mentioned. So if you'd like to learn more about Scrum Master, please join our session tomorrow. Okay, so please the link to register for attendance once we edit. All right, so Analytics inquiries, we can please drop the link to the attendance one more time for Theory to review. I can't pay for financial analysis in Naira. Can you help? All right, let me check. We should be able to pay for financial analysis in Naira. Financial analytics. Okay, where do you stay? Where do you stay? Funke, where do you stay? Nigeria. Oh, yeah, that's something. So Funke, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop our email. The inquiries email, right? If Tenalytics, okay, inquiries at tenalytics.io. All right, so please send us an email and we'll get on a call with you to get that sorted out. All right, please send us an email. So we'll get that sorted out for you. All right, Funke, did you get that? Thank you very much. We look forward to hearing from you. David, we are going to send details of the one-on-one to your email and also to you in the WhatsApp community to sign up for it. All right, we'll send details of that to the WhatsApp community, or please be on the lookout in your email. As long as you've signed up, as long as you filled the attendance form, you will get the details. All right, so this is where we call it a very fantastic day. I want to thank everybody who has stayed till this hour. You guys have been very fantastic and phenomenal. I look forward to seeing you in class. This is the best time to start was yesterday. The next best time to get started in this tech is today, right now. All right, so I would love to see everybody in class. Thank you so much for coming, and have a very fantastic day, night, morning, wherever you are. Bye, guys. Bye, everyone. Thank you.